early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get this sentence out, we can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe.
That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position. Retweet. I'll retweet. That was an opinion of somebody. Retweet. I'll put it out there. Retweet. I'll put it out there. Retweet. I'll put it out there. Retweet. I'll put it out there.
Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms that I was told could not possibly win the election. And I never ceased from it. One was, we hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Really, how many people do that? You mean they moved out and then they said, "Ah, the hell with it, I'll move back in"? You know, it doesn't sound like very normal. You mean they moved out, and what, they missed it so much that they wanted to move back in?
Well, and then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's a perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Even before you do that, and not even including that, that's why I hardly even included that number, although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people, so I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. I'm sure we do in Georgia. Even before you do that, and not even including that, that's why, in my opinion, it's never too much. Little double down deck. So that's the story, fellas.
the truth of it. The truth of it. In a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No.
I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Because my dad had 2 kids by the time he was 27.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know what the problem is though? It's definitely not me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's everybody else. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over if you'd like to see help out, if not both the other.
Dumb people, liberal people.
And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government. Okay, and this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people.
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce. Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been. Oh, seriously. Oh, seriously. Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce. I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Dumb people.
Oh, yeah, you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but you're now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Is this thing on? Holy shit. Holy fuck. I think it's on. Holy shit. Oh my god. Alright. Hello, users. Hello. What's poppin'? This is Above It All 1108. That's a lot, right? Like, why do I keep doing these? I don't even know, like, what's going on. I'm just doing them. I'm going to do one tomorrow. Probably I'm going to do one on August 15th. Why not, right? Like, I'm going to do one on fucking February 1st, 2027, probably. So I'm just going to keep doing these. But yeah, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to, of course, another hit episode. This is a hit episodic installation. We are hitting multiple things as of this current moment in time. So yeah. So again, oh my god, Dogecoin 100 Air. That's a great username. Hair looks fly today. Thank you. I took some notes from Mike Pence. And he was telling me, I know all about how to make my hair look fly. Let me give you some tips. And hopefully. Anyway. What's poppin'? Max the dog is currently scratching himself, as you can see. Look at this fucking dog. Hello. Look at him. You can't see. Look at him. Look. Love that dog. I love that dog. But yeah, obviously, today is, I am demonetized, so you cannot give me super chats. That is no longer possible. So, if you want to give me money, you can do so on PayPal. So I'm gonna like maybe mess with my layout up here. So let me see. There you go. Bada, and then also boom. There you go. So I'm demonetized. Yeah, so again, that's not really going to affect my content. It's only going to affect how much I get paid for my content. If you gave me super chats in the last 3 days, obviously YouTube stole your money. I'm never going to get that money. It's in payment threshold limbo. They decided, let's do this on February 3rd. So, you know, instead of like February 6th, you know, so then that way I can't get the money. So if you gave me super chats over the last 3 days, I would recommend emailing YouTube support and ask for a refund. Because I literally, assuming that I do not get remonetized, I will literally never have that money ever. It is just stuck. It was stolen from you. And so as a result, you should request a refund. So yeah, if you are someone that typically does give super chats, again, my PayPal link should be in the description, I believe. I think I added it there. I might not have, though. So I'm going to do that right now. So if you refresh the page, it will be there. Bada boom. So yeah, I'm fucked. And unfortunately, as this pandemic has only made me more and more aware of, it is not in the good dick way. And so I'm going to have to deal with it. And yeah, so, but I don't want that to impact my show too much. Like, I could be like certain other streamers and just talk about how big tech is censoring me the whole day. That's not my gist. That's not my style. I got like a whole, you know, list of shit that I'm going to talk about here. So, you know, we'll see. I don't like super chats anyway, since the YouTuber never gets the full amount anyway. Yep, that's the way it is. Of course, again, give me money on PayPal. Just drop a message in the chat and then, like, tell me to read your message on PayPal. I'll do it. Like, it'll functionally be very similar. It's just that, you know, you have to do an extra step. I'm going to try to get Cash App set up. But as of this moment, I don't quite know how to use that. I'm going to try. I mean, I might. Hello, Bodan. As you could probably tell by listening to me before you type in the chat, clearly that is not the case. So I'm going to say hello to everyone in the chat, and then we'll get into this. So hello, Mike Silver. Hello, Jira Brown. Hello, Fun Police. Hello, Bob. Hello, Joe Chen Spalding. Hello, Vertigo. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Leah. Hello, Billiard. Hello, Long Worn. Hello, Hamster. Hello, Mr. Freak Glitcher. Hello, FTWALLDAY. Hello, Cloud. Hello, Guinea. Hello, JL. Hello, Aki. Hello, Bethany, whom should not even get a hello by, judging by the very poor dietary choices of yesterday. Hello, hello, Kentucky Fried. Hello, Kalida. Hello, Addy had me like. Reminder, get to school, motherfucker. You got school in 15 minutes. You got fucking school, buddy.
Doesn't they have everybody?
Where is it?
School, not daycare.
Yeah,
School.
You got school, motherfucker.
Not daycare. School.
So don't come in my chat room and go like, oh, I was late for school. You got school, motherfucker. Hello, Lori DeVargas. Hello, Home. Hello, But Is It Art? Hello, R. Wrecker. Hello. Is that everyone? I'm scrolling. King of Badgers. Zero Pain Elemental. Shurif. What is up? Unknown Stoyle in the chat. Hello, J. Nez, not to be confused with JL. Hello, Chokin' on Ashes 61. Hello. Hello, Lil If. Hello, Random. Hello, AO. So, there you go. Hello, Umar. Sorry, I almost forgot about you. Sometimes the chat like snaps to the bottom and I miss my play. Hello, Hook. Hello, Misery, my sweet. Hello, hello. I found you via the Nomiki show. Thank you. The Nomiki show, I should say. I always pronounce it Boo T Zit Art. My God. Thank you, thank you. Again, I want to start this off with, can you blame me? I know, right? I got to take advantage, never let a crisis go to waste. Let me, how do I do this? Okay, I do this, I click that. All right, I clicked it. Boom. Okay. All right, so, real quick before I get into, like, anything actually worthwhile, right? Like, you're just going to click on this and you're going to be like, right? Like, that's going to be you. So, again, I am demonetized as of yesterday on YouTube. Again, the super chats that you gave me on February 1st and February 2nd have been stolen. I will never get them. They are in payment limbo because Google has a $100 payment threshold, and because there were only 2 days of the month, obviously I didn't reach that $100 threshold. So I got about $70 in super chats between February 1st and February 2nd that have literally, and I shit you not, been stolen. YouTube stole them. So if you want to send them an email and request a refund or request that I get remonetized so that I will be able to get above that payment threshold, that would be very nice. However, in the meantime, if you wish to support me in any capacity, you can do so on Patreon. I don't really do anything on Patreon. Like, I don't really do anything. Like, I'm sorry, I don't really do anything on Patreon. So if you want extra rewards or whatever, I'm sorry, that's not really the person that I am. I kind of, like, just would rather have as many people as possible see my content. But maybe I'll come up with something. I got, like, right? I should come up with something. But again, a lot of people have been coming to my rescue on Patreon, and I do want to appreciate that. I think yesterday my Patreon was like around $250, and now it's $323. And so YouTube again has demonetized me, which means again I'm going to be out on, let's say, $500 to $600 a month, including YouTube Premium. A lot of people have YouTube Premium. And normally that's just free money for me, but now I no longer get that. So basically I'm out $500 or $600 a month. No good, really bad for you. And if you want to help me supplement that income on Patreon, I would appreciate that. And I will link this in the chat room. And again, if you want to give me money on PayPal, that is another option. PayPal, you can give me money and I'll get it instantaneously. And you can, of course, check the description for those links, but I'll post them in the live chat as well. So just have that shit on hand. I'm going to try to get some of the other monetary shit, like Cash App or whatever, set up. But that's going to take me a little bit, so bear with me. And I really appreciate anyone for backing me up in this time of disaster. This is no good. And again, in fact, this is really bad for you. So,
no good, really bad for you.
So I just wanted to take that moment to give myself a little bit of an advertisement, as people across the pond would say, an advertisement. Venmo is another one, but I never use it. I think I have a Venmo. Set up Cash App. I will set it up as soon as I possibly can. I have YouTube Premium, by the way, because I hate ads. Well, sorry to say, Bodan, but I can no longer get the money that would otherwise be given to me. So, again, now I wanted to be very explicit about this as well. YouTube is still running advertisements on my channel. The difference between being demonetized and being monetized is not ads running on my channel. The difference is they're going to continue running ads on my channel, except they're not going to give me a cut. So that's the difference. So it's not about like, oh, my content's unsafe for sponsors. That's not the scenario here. It is more so my content is they just don't want to pay me for it. So it's basically like if you were to go to work, right? And then like, let's say you go into work for your shift, and then your boss is just like, yeah, I'm going to ask you to keep working, but I don't feel like paying for you. Like, I know that I'm going to make money off of your labor, but I don't really feel like paying you. That's basically the equivalent here. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. And again, if you gave me money in the last 2 days, I would definitely write email and request, write YouTube an email and request a refund. Because again, I got about $70 on February 1st and 2nd, and that money will never reach my bank account in any capacity because of, again, the $100 payment threshold. You can ban ads on my channel if you're not monetizing it. No, there is no ad anything whatsoever on my channel. There will be ads on all my videos. I just don't get the money from them. It's a very important thing to understand that it's not like, oh, the sponsors are afraid of you. It's not that whatsoever. They're still going to shill for the Epoch Times on my fucking YouTube page. It's just, I'm not going to get a cut of the fucking cake there. So again, it's very important that you understand that. Because, again, it's literally just thievery. It's just stealing. So yeah, that's the idea. And again, if you've got premium, I'm not going to get the money on that. None of that whatsoever. Why did I get demonetized? YouTube has done like a big purge of just really, I mean, left-wing and like ostensibly left-wing and some right-wing channels. Basically, I don't know. It's possible it's related to coverage of January 6th. That's possible. It's possible it's related to coverage of the GameStop stocks. That's possible. But there's no way to know. They don't tell you any of that information. And I made a Twitter thread. I'll just, get on that real quick as well. I made a Twitter thread that if you want the information that I have, I would really appreciate it if you check out this Twitter thread. So I'm going to post this as well and then show it on screen. So as you can see, bada boom, ding ding ding. I made a little video here. As you can see, I was very upset in this video. I was so upset, as you can see. I am seething with rage in this current video. And again, so YouTube basically responded to me and says, you have to sign up for the partner program in order to get super chats. It's like, bitch, motherfucker, I was a partner for 7 years, so it doesn't really make any sense. They do this shit all the time when they purge right-wingers. They have to purge left-wingers to avoid criticism. Yeah, that's the other thing as well, is that YouTube is giving different responses to different people that are having the same issue. So when I first got demonetized, I thought it was just me. But then when I posted on Twitter, right, a bunch of people were like, oh, this happened to a bunch of other people. And so as of this moment, I think it's happened to at least 20 different people that I can find out about. And so I'm a part of some, DM groups. I'm a part of, so we're going to try to get this sorted out. But again, there's no... it's a scenario of, plan for the worst, hope for the best, right? Even if I do get remonetized, I would highly recommend not using Super Chats just because YouTube does take a 20% cut of Super Chats. For example, if you gave me $100, I would only get $80 of that $100. So, again, it's not an efficient system. YouTube takes a tremendous cut. And if you do want to support me, doing so on Patreon or PayPal would be the best bets. I'm going to try to get Cash App. If someone wants to Venmo, just DM me. Cryptocurrencies, just DM me. I will try to, obviously I've got a vested interest in responding to you if you want to give me money. But, just keep that in mind. And, again, I'm not going to change my content. I'm going to still stream every single day. It's just I'm going to get paid significantly less money. So if you want to help me out, that would very much so be appreciated. But what are you going to do? So I'm going to move on now and get into the news. Patty Heffley, Majority Report gets demonetized when they swear. That's not true. That's not true. Again, there's different levels of this. So let me clear the air here. There is full ads, right? There are limited ads. And then there are demonetizing. When you are demonetized, you get $0. Your entire channel gets $0. Right? Limited ads, right, are the same ads that run on a demonetized channel. If a channel is demonetized, it will have the same level of advertisements that a channel that has limited ads does. So, for example, most of my content has limited ads because I say bitch motherfucker all the time. That's fine. Right? I still get the YouTube premium revenue. I still get, all that stuff. But, again, it's not like, oh, Majority Report said the F word and they got demonetized. No, that's not the case. If you say the F word, you get limited advertisements. You still get paid. You still get money. You are still eligible for YouTube premium revenue, right? It's just that you get a less of a percentage. So, but these word choices are all vague. So, you know, you have to cut through the bullshit a little bit. And so again, demonetized means I get 0%. Limited ads means I get, like, let's say 20%, and then full monetization, let's say, I don't know the actual numbers, but let's say full monetization is like 50%. I think YouTube takes a 50% cut of ads. I'm not entirely sure, so it could be less than. But demonetized means I get 0, but the ads are the same as they would be if they were limited ads. So I know I'm being a little bit redundant, but I'm just trying to explain this because I know not that many people know how to explain it, and not that many YouTubers are willing to talk about that stuff. So I'm just, you know, making sure you understand the situation. Again, if you're a YouTube Premium user, if you watch my videos and still get ads, I just get 0 instead of what I would have gotten yesterday. So it's 68%. Interesting. Am I talking about how you're rethinking your strategy like YouTube's? Stop it. But yeah, let's get on to the news. I don't want to spend forever talking about my own personal problems. Though I could. I mean, if y'all want me to, I could. But yeah, if you want to support me in any fashion, definitely check out the Patreon, the PayPal, and other sources of income. But again, I've got like a full ass motherfucking ass here. The ass is full on this show, and so we're gonna go from there. Thank you to the folks that gave me money on PayPal. You're not giving the awkwardness with PayPal is I don't want to say your names because I don't want to invade your privacy. You can feel free to take credit for it in the chat or whatever. That's fine with me. I just don't want to overstep boundaries because I know a lot of people don't want me to read their name or full name on here. So again, I really appreciate it. And it does mean a lot. It sincerely does mean a lot. Yeah. I just want to say it's, I think, day 6, no coffee. Is it day 5 or day 6? I'm not sure. Anyway, day 5, day 6, no coffee, almost a week. I'm quitting marijuana indefinitely as well. I've made the executive decision that I was normally going to take off a week of coffee and weed to reset my tolerances. I just decided I'm going to quit weed indefinitely. Especially if I don't know what my income is. I'm not interested in spending money on weed if I don't need it. So I'm going to quit that, save my money for food. Coffee, I will probably resume on Monday. I'm planning to resume my coffee on Monday. Sent 25 for awesomeness. All right, thank you, Random. Thank you. I do appreciate that. 0PE, you can say my name. Just let me know. And if you give me money on PayPal, put it into the note thing. Just let me know in the note thing, just so it's easier to keep track of. Just for my sake, I know, right? But I'll quit to you and give you my weed money. Hey, Anyway, so let's move on with the news. Wow, where do I start? There's just so much goodness I've got lined up today. Okay, so just a little bit of a teaser. I'm going to be talking about Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore apparently did not know who Kyle Rittenhouse was. I'm going to be talking about that later. I'm going to be doing that later in the show, when I'm a little, a little bit more hopped up and energetic, so that's going to be happening later in the show. But Jimmy Dore, someone asked Jimmy Dore why he was supporting someone who supports Kyle Rittenhouse. And Jimmy Dore said, I don't know who Kyle Rittenhouse is. And then Jimmy Dore did not air that interview. He then, didn't air the interview, but the other person recorded it. So I'm going to be playing that. Fox News has been going after Ilhan Omar. Marjorie Taylor Greene has, she might be expelled from committees. That's cool. Candace Owens is being cringe. There's a new conspiracy theory against AOC. The CDC, they're being a little cringy. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, of course, I love the CDC, but, the teachers, they're basically saying the teachers are expendable, and that's very unfortunate. Michael Bloomberg is back in the news, and Nancy Pelosi is epic, and let's get into that. Let's start off today's show with Nancy Pelosi decided to be just very, very epic. This is I love Nancy Pelosi. We all know this. Everyone that watches my show knows I love Nancy. I am, of course, a boutique leftist. I've got a shrine to Nancy Pelosi in the other room. I have a spare room in my home that we use for like storage, like for Christmas decorations and shit. I've actually got a Nancy Pelosi shrine in there. Maybe I'll show it sometime. But Nancy Pelosi put out a press release, and it's extremely epic. So for those of you that don't understand, the terminology, I should say, a lot of, when you're reading articles, it will say Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, like parentheses, DNY, for example. So Nancy Pelosi put out a press release of some bullshit. And instead of referring to Kevin McCarthy as R California, she referred to Kevin McCarthy as Q California. And I just want to say, it's really funny. Like, I know, all jokes aside, Nancy Pelosi's garbage, but this is like extremely fucking funny, and I love this shit. I love this shit. I love it. I love the cringe, okay, Betty? I love the cringe. So let's read this. Kevin McCarthy, Q California, fails to lead. Hands keys to party to Green. I love it. Let's go. After several conversations and literally running away from reporters, I love it. This like reads like a fucking like Reddit post. After several conversations and literally running away from reporters, Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Q, California, made clear that he is refusing to take action against conspiracy theorist Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. As a result, the House will continue with a vote to strip Greene of her seat on the esteemed House Committee on Education and Labor and House Committee on Budget. McCarthy's failure to lead his party effectively hands the keys over to Greene, an anti-Semite, QAnon adherent, and 9/11 truther. McCarthy's cowardly refusal to deal with Greene breaks the calls from Senate minority. This does read like a Reddit post, like, grammatical errors and inability to speak English all included. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, Representative Adam Kinzinger, and the Republican Jewish Coalition, and several prominent members of the party to take action against Greene. As number 2 Senate Republican John Thune warned Tuesday, McCarthy has chosen to make House Republicans the party of conspiracy theorists and QAnon, and Rep. Greene is in the driver's seat. So again, I just want to say, trying to strip away like Mitch McConnell as if like, oh, Mitch McConnell's a reasonable I'm sorry. No. Now, I do think that this is a good strategy going forward, assuming that they don't fuck it up. Because again, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a huge red flag. Like, she is crazy. Lauren Boebert, Madison Cawthorn, there's a couple of other fresh woman/man congresswomen and men in the Republican caucus that are just absolutely bonkers. Like, again, Madison Cawthorn from North Carolina visited the quote-unquote Führer's vacation home and said that that was on his bucket list. One of his life goals was to visit the vacation home of the Führer, in his words. Madison Cawthorn also released an online campaign, or an online ad campaign during his congressional campaign, saying that his opponent was, quote, hiring non-white males in an attempt to ruin white males. So Madison Cawthorn is literally, in all the ideal sense of the words, a neo-Nazi. Lauren Boebert, by the way, is someone who wanted to bring guns into the halls of Congress. She was tweeting out as the Capitol rioters were storming the Senate chambers. She was tweeting out the location of Nancy Pelosi. And so these people definitely need to be expelled. And I go even further to say that every single member of the Republican Party who objected to the election counting on January 6th needs to be expelled. Amendment 14, Section 3. And if Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to expel all 140 plus members of the Republican Party who wanted to object to the election results, then she, by the text of the 14th Amendment, is giving aid and comfort to insurrectionists, right? Every single person who wanted to object to the election results is de facto, by definition, an insurrectionist. And they need to be treated as such. And so if you try to treat them with kid gloves, then you are, quote, giving aid or comfort to those who wish to insurrect against the United States. So I want to be very clear here. Nancy Pelosi can do her little fun games, and they are really funny, and I do laugh at them because they are really funny, but they cannot distract us from the exact thing that needs to go on, because, again, that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to distract a little bit. And again, as long as we're aware of how she's trying to distract, you know, we can then see if this is a successful strategy in the midterms or whatever. But you got to be 100, as the kids say, and some people that are older than me as well would say. Got to keep it 100, and that's what I plan on doing. So, So, anyway, that is the first segment of my show. Hello, Jeff. Has anyone noticed that Mitch McConnell looks like a dang turtle? Stop it. Strip them all of their committee assignments. Agreed. Hello, Professor Newman. Howdy, I am new here. Found you out after the serfs retweeted your demonetization. Facepalm. Fuck YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate that. How does one boot out an entire party without an uprising? 14th Amendment, Section 3. If they fucking try to fucking do it again, throw them in prison. I mean, it's that simple. We have the laws on the books, so. As far as I'm concerned, it's that simple. But yeah, let's see here. Again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in from like Twitter and stuff. A lot of new viewers, maybe. Like Professor Newman, of course. I'd like to say thank you for showing up. I wish I could somehow manage to find a way to thank you in a way that doesn't sound fake, but I'll come up with it eventually, right? Demonetization is bullshit. Justice for Andrea. That's what I'm saying. I love Nancy Pelosi. Her efforts to do something always look entertaining. Nancy is definitely entertaining. Whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing is really dependent upon your perspective, but she's definitely extremely entertaining. It won't work because they like being hated by the other side more than they like. I know, Home, I know, but you gotta advocate for what's on the table. And Cory Bush literally has drafted legislation to invoke Article, or Amendment 14, Section 3 of the Constitution. So it's literally on the table. So use it to, for all it's worth as far as rhetoric is concerned. Who's more entertaining, Pelosi or Bernie? Bernie, of course. Come on. Bernie is both entertaining and then also correct. Like, that is a very, very good combination. Like, Nancy Pelosi is entertaining and then also incorrect almost all the time, right? So it's like, it's a very important distinction. From the millions of Americans who supported the right, I'm just figure kicking out all of them is dangerous. The worst ones for sure. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's just like hostage talk mentality. You know, that's my opinion. Is it dangerous? Sure. Send them all to jail, though. I mean, we have jails. Why are fucking innocent people who committed, quote, non-violent drug offenses, literally millions of people who committed non-violent drug offenses, why are they in jail? Get rid of them, make some room for the Republican Party? That's what I'm saying. Alright, so, again, there's a lot of fun stuff. Parler is shut down, apparently. They kicked out the CEO. I'm going to cover that in a little bit. But for now, I want to talk about this. You wrote demonize instead of demonetize. I know. See, I'm funny. You have to understand, I'm a comedian. I'm very funny. I'm an extremely affable and intelligent and also very funny individual. That is a factual statement. And if you disagree, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. So I want to play this clip here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make this a separate segment because I'm already in enough trouble with YouTube as it is. But I want to play this message here from the CDC director on the subject of vaccinating teachers when it comes to reopening schools. So we know that Joe Biden wants to reopen schools, and the director of the CDC says, yeah, we'll open schools, but we won't vaccinate anybody.
That said, I want to be very clear about schools, which is, yes, ACIP has put teachers in the 1B category, the category of essential workers. But I also want to be clear that there is increasing data to suggest that schools can safely reopen, and that safe reopening does not suggest that teachers need to be vaccinated in order to reopen safely. So while we are implementing the criteria of the advisory committee and of the state and local guidances to get vaccination across these eligible communities. I would also say that safe reopening of schools is not, that vaccination of teachers is not a prerequisite for safe reopening of schools.
So now, I just want to be very clear what my opinion is here. The pandemic is extremely serious. It is deadly. I have had family members and people that I know die of this disease. It is extremely serious and dangerous. If you leave the house, you should wear a mask at all times. I wear my mask in the car. That's how much of a freak I am on that stuff. I try to be as safe as possible. And again, what Joe Biden needs to do is institute the Defense Production Act and to mandate that all medical companies mass produce the Moderna or the Pfizer vaccines, because I'm sorry, we can't wait for the other ones. If you want to still develop them in the background, feel free. But we need to utilize the Defense Production Act, mass produce these vaccines, and give them to teachers. If we waited from March all the way, like we shut down schools in March all the way up until September in some states. If you waited that long without schools, we can wait an additional 2 to 3 months and get vaccines and then vaccinate and inoculate all of the teachers and all of the students. That is easily attainable. The only reason that they want to send children to school is because they want to open the economy. And a lot of people don't know where to put their kids during the day when they work. That is one of the things school is for in this country. It is for workers it's basically just daycare for workers' kids. So the school is a daycare. You barely learn anything in school. Like almost everything you learn in school is a lie. Let's be honest. When it comes to historical facts, when it comes to all that kind of stuff, anything besides mathematics is typically just a lie. So schools aren't really there to educate you that much. They're really just there to be daycares. And that's why they want to force these schools to reopen so quickly. Instead of just doing a national lockdown, what Joe Biden should have done on day one is a national lockdown. We need a national lockdown until the virus is gone. Everyone that I know is horrified of this virus. I have had family members die of this virus. It is an extremely, very, very, very serious thing. And it is very sad to see the Biden administration, in a lot of ways, follow in the footsteps of the Trump administration. It's sad, it's depressing, and they're doing this just so that they can make money off of you. Joe Biden is vaccinated, right? All these people that are saying all this stuff, they're vaccinated. All the rich people are getting vaccinated. It's just the poor that aren't. And it's not like rich people are going to teach public schools in major cities. It's the poor people that are doing so. So again, this is a very serious subject. And, you got to take this virus extremely seriously. It is horrifying, and it is very, very, very scary that we're in this world right now. And if Donald Trump just listened to people a year ago, we'd be fine. And Joe Biden has the opportunity to listen to the science. He campaigned on, we're going to listen to the science. So far, not so much. Bodan in the chat, he ordered a mandatory mask everywhere on day one. That is not true. He ordered mandatory masks on federal property. That was all that was in his jurisdiction. I went to the grocery store the other day. Almost no one was wearing masks. I live in North Carolina. No one wears masks in North Carolina. So, I don't know. This is late stage capitalism, everyone. You're on your own, and it's extremely sad and depressing. The go get vaccinated PSAs make me so mad because 99% of the country can't get a vaccine. It's it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was in New Jersey for a couple of weeks visiting my family because there's a little bit of a family emergency. And almost everyone in New Jersey was wearing masks. I saw one person in my whole 2-week stay in New Jersey. I saw one person that did not wear a mask in a store. One person. In North Carolina, I went to the grocery store a couple days ago. I saw like 8 people. Just like as soon as I walk into the grocery store, I saw 8 people standing in line right next to each other. No 6 feet, no social distancing, just breathing down each other's necks and no mask on. Do I get harassed for wearing a mask? No. However, I do harass people that don't wear a mask. My family, when we go out to like Walmarts or whatever, especially Walmart, my family gets like very scared that I'm going to pick fights or get beaten up with people. When I see someone without a mask, what I do is if someone is like, let's say we're walking past each other, what I will do in the aisle is I'll go like I will be as obnoxious as possible, right? And I will put my hand on my mask. I will do this, and I'll and they'll look at me and they'll do that typical libtard thing. But I try to make them feel as embarrassed as possible. I also, when I'm in the grocery store, will speak very loud to my family members that are walking around with me. And I will speak very loud and call people dumb motherfuckers. Like, for example, if we're right next to someone without a mask on, I will, look to my, brother or whatever and say, look at this dumb motherfucker without a mask on right behind us. And sometimes I've had people say, what? Are you talking to me? And I just say, yes. And then they just, say, I've had a few interactions. But every single time I see an anti-masker, I literally will try my hardest to make them feel as uncomfortable as possible. And I know in a lot of instances that only feeds into their narrative, blah, blah, blah. But it's fun for me. I'm righteous, and I'm correct, so fuck it, let's have fun. I live in a town with 2,000 people. I can't go to the gas station or tiny town grocery anymore because I'm yelled at anti-maskers. It's bad. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I remember the new strain at the UK, they happened around 50K a day. The shutdown, there were 250K. Yeah, I mean, my position is if I get beaten up by an anti-masker, okay, I'll just go on my podcast the next day and talk about it, right? I'll call the police, right? If we have police, right? Look at me. I'm Karen. I'm going to call the police and say this big burly man tried, put his hands on me because I told him to wear a mask in a grocery store. I'll make a big news story out of it. I'll talk about it on my podcast, right? So, I'm fine. If someone wants to beat the shit out of me for asking them to wear a mask, that's their problem as far as I'm concerned. Can I fight? No. No, I cannot fight. I'm a school employee and keep getting emails if I want a vaccine, but there's no plan to I know. Yep. You know what that is, though? They do these emails so that they feel like they're doing something. That's what it is. It's like, oh yeah, we're being responsible. We're sending out the emails. What? I could definitely beat you up and then also step on you. Unknown Stoyle. That is factual. I went to the zoo with my wife. We're both vaccinated. Staff tried to get a guy to wear a mask, but he got away with the I have a medical condition bullshit. Yeah, most people, the workers will just go and they won't stand up for themselves. It's ridiculous. This country is garbage. America is fucking garbage. Just plain and simple. Alright, so let's get into this shit. This is adjacent. Oh yeah, definitely take a cart every time. Absolutely. Alright, so failed presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg was doing an interview with MSNBC and said some extraordinarily questionable things. So I want to remind everyone, Michael Bloomberg promised to donate billions of dollars to help defeat Donald Trump and barely donated anything. I want to remind everyone, Michael Bloomberg single-handedly, he himself, has enough money where he could probably fund vaccinations for every American citizen. So I want you to understand this position that Michael Bloomberg is in. The entire way that billionaires get wealthy is by using government subsidies to ride the backs off of regular Americans. So, for example, Michael Bloomberg doesn't have to worry about, going to a school and teaching a classroom. He doesn't have to worry about that. So he's just going to tell them to deal with it. Suck it up, buttercup. This is Michael Bloomberg. By the way, reminder, Michael Bloomberg told an employee that was pregnant to, quote, get rid of it, kill it, and tried to give them money for an abortion. So I just want to, this is a really bad guy.
I'm back. President Biden wants to open schools, and he's already getting pushback. What's your take on that?
Well, I think that what we're doing to poor kids is a disgrace.
If you're talking about yourself, Michael Bloomberg, then yes, you would be correct. But again, Michael Bloomberg could single-handedly make sure that every student has access to quality online education. Single-handedly. He could single-handedly retrofit every school in the country to make sure that they were safe. You know, with plastic bubbles or dividers or humidifiers. He could single-handedly fix this country's problems. But he's not going to. He's just going to cry and try to get the government to do things for him. And also, he's going to try to get the government to do things that give him the most money. So you need to understand this.
These poor kids are not in school. They will never recover from this. And they had a bad education experience anyways. We have not had good schools for poor kids. And this now is just so much worse. The president has to stand up to the unions.
The teachers' unions?
Teachers, yes, the teachers' unions. You know, the teachers say, well, I don't want to go back because it's dangerous. We have a lot of city and state and federal employees who run risks. That's part of the job. You run risks to help.
That's not, when you sign up to be a teacher, you're not signing up to be a frontline fucking, like, trenches warfare. Like, that's not what, when you sign up to be a teacher, you sign up to educate people. That's it. You don't have to sacrifice your life. Remember, the lieutenant governor of Texas told everyone to kill their grandparents in the name of capitalism. Right? So, but again, is Michael Bloomberg going to go into the school without a vaccine and without a mask on and teach kids? Nah, he's not going to do that. He's going to get the poorest to do it for him.
America, to help your state, to help your city, to help your family. And there's just no reason not to have the schools open. The virtual classes are a joke. It is worse than a joke. Poor people don't have iPads. They don't have Wi-Fi.
You could single-handedly, Michael Bloomberg himself could single-handedly get an iPad to every single school student. He could single-handedly get fiber optic cable and Wi-Fi to every single school student. Single-handedly. And he'd still have $50-60 billion left to spare. He's lying to you. He's trying to get people to die so that he can keep his money.
They don't have somebody at home to sit during the day and force the child to pay
He could pay people to stay home with their children to make sure that they're getting proper education. The government could also do that as well. Are they? Nah, fuck them.
Attention. And without that, the virtual learning just does not exist. And the teachers' unions you see in Chicago and in New York, we've had problems. It's time for Joe Biden to stand up and say, the kids are the most important things.
Now, how do you think a kid feels when their parents die of a deadly disease? Do you think these teachers don't have children? What I've read stories of teachers getting sick and dying. How do you think their kids are going to feel knowing that their dad or their mom died because people like Michael Bloomberg just wanted to make a couple extra bucks? How would you think they would feel being, 14 years old and their mom dies because the school's opened? That is going to happen. It's already happened. And it's going to continue to happen. But Michael Bloomberg doesn't care. Joe Biden doesn't care.
Important players here. And the teachers just are going to have to suck it up and stand up and provide an education. Otherwise, these kids have no chance whatsoever, Stephanie. It is a disaster what's happening to them.
When you look
Only
at
the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Absolute and utter just disgrace. This disease is extraordinarily serious. We need to take it extraordinarily seriously. This is a war, not of human versus human, but of human versus virus. Other beings on this planet are trying to kill us, and we need to treat this as it is, a war for our survival. We need to be as safe as possible, and we need to help each other survive. That's what this is. And the rich people are saying, have fun, poors. Go ahead and die now. That's what he is saying, because he's fine. He's got the vaccine. I've read reports that countries in Africa will not be fully vaccinated by the year 2025. This is genocide. What this is a genocide of poor people. Poor people whom are disproportionately people of color, women, queer, homeless, etc. This is a genocide. We are watching and witnessing a genocide right now of historic proportions. In the history books, 20 years from now, they're going to refer to this as the Great Genocide of COVID-19. That's what this is. We have the tools at our disposal to help and fix this problem, but the people in charge are telling us we need to die for the cult of capital. I don't think so. This is genocide, plain and simple. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to upload those segments individually because YouTube is really bizarre with pandemic content. So I might. I don't know. But either way, I wanted to talk about this at least in the main show. But yeah, this shit's I might get demonetized. Oh no! Hey, Simon says. Patreon bonus exclusive. There you go. I'll use the Patreon for the underground clips. But yeah, so again, I'm demonized. Speaking of demons and demonizing, thank you to Bert, $20. Fuck YouTube on PayPal. Thank you, thank you. My eyes are blue as goddamn. Again, I really do appreciate y'all for chucking me some cash on Patreon and PayPal. It's really helping the cortisol levels in my bloodstream. And so I just, I really appreciate it. And I want you all to know how much I appreciate it. So I wish, I know, like, for me, it's like, I wish I could find a way, and I'm really struggling here, in order to accurately and adequately encapsulate how how positive I feel and how grateful I am that I do have people willing to support me in this moment. It does mean a lot, and I'm trying to garner a community of people that really just want the world to be a better place. That's, at the end of the day, my goal here, is I want to make your life better. I want you to make your family and friends' lives better. And once we do that, that is the true way that solidarity functions, right? Is that we make our lives better, we help each other when things happen. And, I don't want to, have main character syndrome here. But, it's all about positivity and good vibes. In a world where you can fly to any point on the globe in 16 hours or less, only global socialism will solve this crisis. Correct. How can we help you out? Really the best way is to give me money. The second best way is, again, I've got $70 locked in Google AdSense limbo from February 1st and 2nd, because they demonetized my channel, which means Google AdSense has a $100 payment threshold payout threshold. In order to get paid, you need to make $100 within a month period. So I've got $70, and they shut down all ways of monetizing my channel. So basically what they did is they stole your money on February 1st and 2nd in the form of super chats. They stole your money, and so if you want to email them and ask for a refund because of that, I would compel you to do so. Do so in a kind and calm and respectful manner, a way that you feel personally that is most likely to get a positive result. That's the way I would say that. Hint, hint, link the paper. Oh my God, stop. We don't need to give me hints, Jeffrey. I'm about to be 25 and I have no income. Come on, man. But yeah, I'll post that. I always type out hyperlinks manually. So I just want you to know I type them out manually every single time. Yeah. Another thing is if you want to join my Discord server, my Discord server is probably going to be the best way to keep in touch in case anything else happens. So definitely join my Discord server. If you don't know what Discord is, it's basically just like a chat room. You log in, you can open it in your browser. You could download the application. I have the application, that way it's just another thing I can tab into. And so just, join in there and then check with me in case anything happens, etc. Was that the Tim Pool joke, or if you really got a birthday coming up? My birthday's on May 31st, so a little ways away, but still close enough.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
You should have a word of the day. I'm misspelling it, but la kezia, the emotional pleasure gained from uttering crude or indecent words. That's amazing. La kezia. Interesting. I would like to give everyone a Max the Dog update. So, Max the Dog is currently behind me. As you can see, Max the Dog. It's right there. I'm petting this dog. So you can see his paws are up. Well, one paw is up. Up, he sneezed. And that is Max the Dog. If you're wondering what that stain is, I spilled coffee on my pillow. Don't worry about it. Twitch is not an option for me at this current moment in time. I will pursue potential avenues of maybe making that an option. Another option that I think is the most pursuable is going to be making my own website that y'all go to and embed the stream and have my own custom chat server. I think that that's going to be the best way to go forward. But that's more of a medium term project. That sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good idea compared to hopping from stream website to stream website. Alright, so we're going to get some juicy drama. We're going to get into the juicy drama. We're going to get some juice. By the way, just a reminder, juice is less healthy for you than fruit. Juice is about as unhealthy as Coca-Cola. Sure, it's got some vitamins in it, but let's be honest, you can get vitamins from food. So, that's a coping mechanism. When you say, oh, juice has vitamins in it, that's the same thing as oh, wine is actually good for you. A little bit of wine is good for you. That's the same shit that the wine moms will do that to cope, Oh, I want to know that, I'm drinking wine because it's better for me. It's the coping mechanism. Eat the whole fruit. The fruit's got fiber. The fruit's not enriched or manufactured or processed. Juice is killing you. Don't consume juice. If you want to have diet juice with sugar removed, that's an option. I like a nice diet cranberry every now and then. That's an option. But full-fledged juice, that shit's gonna fucking kill your liver, buddy. Don't do it. I should legit do... I should just start focusing on health content, to be honest. But, what are you gonna do? I'm a wine mom. You missed an H. Fresh squeezed? Fuck fresh squeezed. It's obviously better than processed bought in a store, but why the fuck, why are you drinking juice? Seriously, think about this. Why are you drinking juice in the first place? Think about it. Because that's a natural thing that regular humans do? Because the answer is no. That's not juice only really started to exist in the last 100 years or so. As far as part of mainstream culture and everything, fuck juice, okay? Just eat the fruit like a normal person. It's not that hard. I get it. Oh, the citrus, I get it. Just fucking eat the fruit like a normal person. I'm sorry, but I'm sick of this juice bullshit. Does that include Gatorade? It definitely includes Gatorade, absolutely. You should see my GF running to the screen as soon as she hears Max's name. Oh my god. As you can see, Max the dog right behind me. I drink water and coffee. That's good. That's my shit. Though I'm taking a week off of coffee. Juice has existed as long as wine. It's unfermented wine. Yeah, but has people been drinking it every single day for breakfast? Or did that only start in the last 100 years because of juice companies in the United States and other Western cultures? I'm just I don't know. People think, oh, you have a glass of orange juice in the morning. What? What? Like, if you want juice, like, as, like, a treat, it's a dessert. It's a dessert. That's what juice is. It is a dessert. Plain and simple. I love grapefruit more than anything, but there's only so much fiber I can consume at a time. Also, I don't scoop out the meat and leave in the white stuff. Alright, that's good. I don't do grapefruit because that interacts with my medication. For those of you that don't know, there are enzymes in grapefruits that will change the way medication works. So, for example, as you may know, I'm on hormones. And so, when you take medication, usually the medication tablet that you take has more than what will hit your bloodstream. So, for example, if you take a 50 milligram tablet, chances are 50 milligrams is not going to hit your bloodstream. Chances are maybe 5 to 10 milligrams is going to hit your bloodstream, right? Because the rest of it gets burned in stomach acid, all that shit. But when you consume grapefruit, there's an enzyme in grapefruit that basically reduces the amounts that gets destroyed in the digestive process through the liver and stuff, and that makes it so the medications hit harder. So, for example, if you're doing, like, you know, recreational, well, you can put 2 and 2 together there. But yeah, so I'm just throwing that out there. Be safe. Do not have grapefruit if you take certain medications, and if you must have grapefruit with certain oh my god, breaking news. Breaking news? Breaking news. Look at this puppy. Oh, breaking news. Oh. Mr. Freak Glitcher, because it affects everyone's body differently, to my understanding. Max doesn't drink juice and he's adorable. Exactly. Alright, let's get into the fucking bullshit. You ready? Because we're going to get into some motherfucking ass fucking bullshit. You ready? I don't think y'all are ready. So I'll give you a little bit while I, you know, get this set up. But we're going to get into some ass fucking shit fucking motherfucking bull ass motherfucking shit. Alright, so I would like to start this off by talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. For those of you that don't know, over the last couple of, I think, 12 to 24 hours, Kyle Rittenhouse has gone missing. He violated his bail or bond agreement, and so this is a very problematic situation. Now, we know that celebrities and a lot of right-wing companies funneled money into his $2 million bond, right? Now, of course, Kyle Rittenhouse is a kid, and he's white, so, yeah, we'll give him bond. There's a lot of people that were arrested in Black Lives Matter demonstrations that have no bond, right? That are just in jail, held, you know, and then they're probably not even going to be found guilty by a jury. So they're just held there because they're black, basically. So I want you to understand this. They paid for his bond, so he got released, and then he went to a bar, drank beer, and had a bunch of grown men with beards sing to him on their knees. I covered this a couple weeks ago. He was caught in a bar, flashing white power symbols, drinking beer, and having grown men and the Proud Boys on their hands and knees and singing to him. Very bizarre stuff. So then, of the last, you know, little bit of time, he's just gone missing. Can't find him. Oops, right? So, let's read. Kyle Rittenhouse, the teenager accused of fatally shooting 2 men and wounding a third during the Jacob Blake protests in August, is under further scrutiny by authorities that could lead to his return to jail. Wisconsin prosecutors Wednesday asked to issue an arrest warrant for Rittenhouse, stating that he violated his bail agreement by not disclosing his address after his release. Rittenhouse's legal team has countered with the need to keep his location secret due to the claims of death threats against him. Again, you can give the courts an address without that address being fully public info, right? So that's, you know, it doesn't mean anything. Much attention has been directed at Rittenhouse's case proceedings, particularly as a cause célèbre among white right-wing circles. His supporters welcomed the news on November 20th that he left jail after an apparent fundraising effort met $2 million, the $2 million required. Now, where he awaits trial is in question. How the case is developed. Rittenhouse faces allegations, blah, 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 already know that. Rittenhouse left the scene shortly after. On August 30th, extradited from Illinois to Wisconsin the following week. His bond was set at $2 million. Rittenhouse was released on November 20th after the $2 million bail was posted by Lynn Wood. Blah, blah, blah. Hashtag fight back. Reminder, they refer to Kyle Rittenhouse as, quote, the Kenosha Kid. And Lynn Wood, his lawyer, who, by the way, was a big pro-Trump conspiracy guy, was saying how that the gunfire in Kenosha was similar to the shot heard round the world that began the American Revolution. So he was saying that Kyle Rittenhouse is like a 1776 patriot, and that what he did is not only justified and righteous, but is the start of a war or a second revolution. So you have to understand this. On December 3rd, Rittenhouse attended a preliminary hearing remotely via video conference with Mark Richards as attorney. Richards accused prosecutors during the hearing of presenting a one-sided, stilted view of events that night. The court determined that Rittenhouse would stand trial. At a January 5th arraignment, Rittenhouse pleaded not guilty to 2 felony counts of homicide and a felony count of attempted homicide, among other charges. He attended virtually on Zoom. So, let me read through that directly at the bartender. In Wisconsin, it is legal to drink under the age of 21 with parental consent. Obviously, this guy's parents are failures. Prosecutors asked that Rittenhouse be prohibited from possessing or consuming alcohol or being in any establishment that serves it. They also requested that Rittenhouse be prohibited from publicly displaying symbols and gestures that are associated with violent white supremacist groups and from associating with known members of the groups, particularly the Proud Boys. Attorney Richards, stating in a filing that Rittenhouse has never been a member of the groups listed and did not object to the new conditions regarding alcohol, white supremacist hand signs, and group affiliations. The latest developments Wednesday have prosecutors petitioning for an arrest warrant for Rittenhouse, as stated in a court motion that he violated the conditions of his bond by failing to update his address and writing with the court within 48 hours of moving. A bond increase of $200,000 is also being pursued. Attorney John Pierce, who was part of Rittenhouse's defense team until mid-January, signed an affidavit filed Wednesday saying that due to numerous death threats, arrangements were made for the Rittenhouse family to reside at a safe house in an unidentified location once bail was posted. Rittenhouse is due back in court on March 10th, with jury selection set to begin in March 29th. So again, the guy's just missing as of this current moment. We don't really know where he is. So let's get a full timeline of events in basic English. So the guy goes to a protest, illegally purchases a gun from grown adults. He uses that illegally purchased gun by grown adults to murder people in a state that he does not live in a city that he should not have been in at that moment in time. So those are the facts of the scenario. So then he went to jail, got $2 million raised by far right-wing celebrities and companies. And then after he got his $2 million bail, he went to a bar, had grown men sing on their hands and knees praising him, right, while he drank beer with his failure of a mother, and then he just disappeared, fell off the face of the earth. Now again, is it possible that he's trying to run away? Maybe. If I were 18 years old and I knew that the rest of my life would be spent in jail, and I had an opportunity to flee the country, maybe. But as of this moment, they're claiming that, oh, no, we're fine. We're not running away. We just forgot to update our address. Huh. Interesting. So we'll see how this develops. But of course, this guy, bad news. Bad news. And in other news, I want to go into this next segment right away. So, I've been talking a lot about Jimmy Dore over the last couple of months. Jimmy Dore is a terrible scumbag. The guy platforms far right-wing militia members just because they will tell him things that he wants to hear. Even though those militia members on his show said that they do not support Medicare for all, he still talks about them favorably. So somebody named Rod Weber, whom I've never heard of before this, but I checked him out and followed him, was interviewed by Jimmy Dore about his new movie. And a thing that you might not know is that Jimmy Dore often does not do things live. He does a lot of pre-tapes. And that way he can say or do whatever he wants. And if the footage is, garbage, it turns out to be garbage, he doesn't upload it. It's a cowardly thing. It's a cowardly maneuver. So Rod Weber went on Jimmy Dore's show in an interview and asked him a few questions about Kyle Rittenhouse and the Boogaloo Boys. And Jimmy Dore didn't know who Kyle Rittenhouse was. He just didn't know. He's like, is it somebody? So let's watch.
His latest movie is called 2020.
Obviously, this recording is from Rod Weber, so you have to understand Jimmy Dore did not release this footage. He has a reason not to release this footage because he looks like shit.
Dumpster fire. It's Rod Weber. How representative do you think that guy that I interviewed is representative of the Boogaloos?
If you look to, say, Unicorn Riots, leaked chat from Discords, you can hear them in their own voice, very many of them saying all kinds of racist things. So I have to say that there is some merit to what people are saying. I mean, first and foremost, I would even say you need to start talking more shit about Tucker Carlson and his rants about his white nationalism. You need to be talking shit about Tim Pool.
Now, you can clearly see Jimmy Dore is extraordinarily triggered at this current moment.
Don't do that. We're not talking about fucking Tucker Carlson. We're not talking about shit I should be doing. We're talking about this fucking guy and the Boogaloo Boys. I'm not talking. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, okay, well then.
Can you talk about what we're talking about? I asked you about the Boogaloo Boys.
Now, again, I want you to understand Rod Weber is not swearing at Jimmy Dore. He's not being rude to Jimmy Dore. He's just saying and speaking his mind. And Jimmy is censoring his free speech. That's what he's doing. Jimmy is having a temper tantrum, censoring his free speech because he doesn't like what the person he's interviewing is saying. By the way, he did a 40-minute interview with a member of a far right-wing militia who said that they did not support Medicare for all. And he laughed it off and said, well, I disagree, but I love you. So why is Jimmy Dore getting triggered at someone mentioning his content about Tucker Carlson and the Boogaloo Boys? Yet, when he has a far right-wing white supremacist on his show, they're buddies. They're best friends. Interesting.
Boys, you start telling me what I should be doing with Tucker Carlson?
All right, well then let's go directly to his Twitter threads, and all this stuff. What about all this stuff from Magnus talking about his support of Kyle Rittenhouse?
Dude, I'm asking you about the Boogaloo Boys and what you know about them.
So Jimmy, this guy is saying that there are Discord logs. Let's talk about the guy you interviewed's thread. The guy who this guy interviewed, does Jimmy even remember his name? He specifies that, yeah, Magnus, the guy you interviewed. Jimmy's like, who? What? The guy's a dumb fuck. You like this guy? You like Jimmy Dore? I'm talking to the people viewing this maybe down the road. You like this guy? You think he's a respectful, unbiased source of information and not just a dumb fuck shithead? You like this guy? Really?
And what you know about them.
Okay, so
and if what the ADL is saying is correct, is what the ADL saying, is that correct?
What I know about this particular Boogaloo Boy, Magnus Panvidya, in his own words on Twitter, he's talking about his support of Kyle Rittenhouse, and it's a hill that he's willing to die on. When asked whether he's left or right, and whether BLM is more important than what happened with Rittenhouse, he says he'll die on that hill, the Rittenhouse hill, and he says I choose both / shrug. I mean, there is some merit to what people are talking about.
Okay, so that guy in particular, you're saying that guy in particular is a defender of Kyle Rittenhouse.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And so, and Kyle Rittenhouse was the guy, was it Wisconsin?
Yeah. The Kenosha, Wisconsin. Yeah, the Kenosha shooter.
Which one? Who?
Yeah. And who did he kill? Who did he kill?
This is your source of journalism? This is your source of news? Wait, who's Kyle Rittenhouse? He's that, and what did he do? What? There's another, you can check out this clip. I'll link this thread in the clip I post. But here's another clip.
Problematic to...
I have not watched this one yet. I watched the first one, and then I was like, I'll watch this one later. So let's watch this one.
Kyle Rittenhouse support is problematic to a lot of lefties. It's like saying, oh, we're going to get together with Charles Manson. Oh, okay, but he wrote some Beach Boys songs, you know?
Okay. That makes sense, Rod. That makes sense. Yeah. I would have a problem with that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big problem, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So So then what do we do? What do we do when a guy like that shows up with someone from Antifa and Black Lives Matter and claims all the things he claims? What do we do with that guy? Do we not talk to? I mean, you've talked to those guys.
I'd say it's on a case-by-case basis, and what we need to do is vet them more, before putting them out on the internet, to tons of people, to let them just say what they want to say unchecked. I think a lot of people had a problem with you not pushing back on these particular issues. When Boogaloo comes up, the first thing that I'm looking up is I did a cross search of Magnus Panvidya and Kyle Rittenhouse. Boom, there, it's coming right up.
So when you would, okay. So we saw, so I saw a video of him calling for unity, and so we reached out to him to interview him, and I interviewed him, and
Would you interview Ted Cruz? Oh, Ted Cruz is just, unity. Unity. Gonna have Ted Cruz on your show? I saw a clip, he was on Fox News, he was saying he wanted unity. Can I just say I want unity and then will I go on your show, Jimmy? Well, I want unity. I would love unity. Can I come on your show now? Unity.
my jaw was on the floor.
Yeah, and so a lot of folks.
And so then a lot of folks say, no, Jimmy, that guy's lying to you. So then I go to the ADL and I look up the ADL and they say, no, that guy's not lying to you. They actually support Black Lives Matter. And they're
the ADL does not say that. The ADL says that some people affiliated with the Boogaloo Boys are not personally racist. And is that better than being personally racist and wanting a civil war? Sure. I'll take wanting a civil war and not being racist over wanting a civil war and being racist, right? That's clearly a superior option. But Jimmy doesn't know how to read. He is misquoting the ADL here, so you need to understand that.
And they're not racist. So, but then you say that on Twitter he supports Kyle Rittenhouse, and so that.
If I'm going to put something like that in a documentary, I'm going to make sure that there's strong pushback against that.
How would I even know to Google that? How would I even know to Google Boogaloo Boy? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't, like, if I didn't, again, if I went to look up Boogaloo Boys and I went to ADL, it would say the opposite. And so I wouldn't, I've since seen that. People say, oh no, on Twitter he's talking about Kyle. Well, how would I?
I'd say follow Daryl Lamont Jenkins, follow Annie Fash Gordon.
His latest movie is called 2020, The Dumpster Fire.
What he scrawled on the wall of...
It's Rod Weber.
Oh my god. What a fucking baby. And as you can see, this is some of the stuff that this guy was talking about. Saying that Antifa, communists are the same as Trumpers, Confederates, and Nazis. Not sending their best. Not that intelligent. Looks like there's another clip here. This is epic. I'm actually having fun.
I'm going to bring on an even more of an expert. Our guest is an artist and talented documentarian. His films include The War of North Dakota and Flowers for Peace. So I had no, I had no idea about the Kyle Rittenhouse thing when I interviewed that guy. I was just interviewing him and taking him at face value, and I was pushing back. I'm like, you're not anti-gay, you're not anti-this. So, and then I also said,
that's not pushback. When someone says, no, man, I love gay people, and you're like, wait, you love gay people? And he's like, yeah, man, that's not pushback. What? Like, what? What universe?
I don't know anything about this group. The fact that we're making it toxic for Americans to talk to other Americans, right? We're in this moment now.
It's not toxic for Americans to talk to other Americans. I've had Nazis on my show. Literal Nazis. People that praise Adolf Hitler. I've had them on my show. But I didn't say, oh, you love Adolf Hitler? Well, that's great. I didn't say that. I fucking pushed back on them, and I argued with them. That's not what Jimmy Dore did. It's not about, oh, you're trying to say we can't talk to other people? No, we can and we should talk to other people. The whole point of talking to other people is to get them to change their mind. My whole point of bringing a Nazi on my show is, one, I can expose their beliefs and make everyone else who watches that interview know how dumb they are, rather than, oh, that guy's a Nazi and you seem reasonable, which is what Jimmy Dore does. And then two, there's a possibility I can change his mind. And then again, on the subject of one, if someone is maybe believing in some sort of neo-Nazi ideology and they stumble upon one of my debates with a neo-Nazi, and they get unbrainwashed, or they say like, wow, these are the people that I, was thinking of associating with, that's my goal. Whereas Jimmy Dore's show had a bunch of ostensibly left-leaning people going like, oh, I'm going to join the Boogaloo Boys now. Jimmy, the mainstream media is against you. You must be right. I'm going to go join the Boogaloo Boys now. Again, it's about intent. Jimmy's a fucking moron, dude.
When our government is abandoning us, and we all know that there might be a civil war coming, it's more important now than ever to talk to people because of COVID, because we're all being screwed by the government. It's more important to talk to. It's called class consciousness. So what you don't recommend? I'm pretty sure you don't recommend that some of our people in our same class we don't talk to, right? You don't recommend that, right?
Jimmy Dore, by the way, is a millionaire. He's a multimillionaire. So for him, right? Oh, we're all poor, man. The guy's got millions of views. The guy gets millions and millions of dollars a year. This guy's not poor. He's trying to pretend like, oh, I'm one of you, man. I know you can't pay, for food tomorrow, but I'm one of you, man.
I recommend that a lot of this talking be done in private. I'm not saying that there aren't ways to publicly do some of these discussions, but it has to be done in a careful fashion.
So be scared to talk to people. I got it. You got to be scared to talk to people.
That's not being afraid.
Because people are going to twist your words and they're going to spit.
I'm not afraid. If Jimmy Dore wants to debate me, I'm all for it. I would love to debate Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore doesn't want to debate me, though, because he is scared. Reminder, Jimmy Dore has been dodging a debate with Sam Seder for 5 going on 6 years now. Right? Jimmy Dore talks about Sam Seder on his Twitter page all the time. And Sam is like, hey, why don't we debate? And Jimmy runs away like a little beta male bitch. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that really curious? Like, I know there's tons of people that hate me. Like, for example, I just debated Nico House a couple weeks ago. That guy's a literal Nazi collaborator. He works with Nazis, dude. And I still debated him. It's not about being afraid. It's about going into it with the right mindset. And the right mindset is, how do I make sure if this person says something bogus, how do I make sure that people watching this do not fall for it? That is the mindset of a debate. You are not only debating that person and trying to change that person's opinion, but you are making sure that if other people are watching that debate, that they don't fall for the bullshit. That's the goal of a debate. And interestingly enough, none of my viewers were, turned into Nico House fans. Interestingly enough, they all were able to understand that Nico House is an asshole. Interesting. And I even got some other people who didn't even know me at all say, I saw your debate, you did a good job, and now they follow my show. Right? That is how you debate someone with problematic ideals.
So you got to be super scared, and let's make sure nobody talks to each other on air, so nobody gets to know what the other side's about. If you talk to a person, just do it one-on-one, and never do it again.
No, I disagree.
That's a bad idea. That's not it. But so we'll disagree on that.
We definitely disagree on that.
Yeah. So it's super important.
So Jimmy Dore basically strawmanned this guy's argument, right? And then this guy's like, no, whatever you're saying, I don't agree with. And then Jimmy Dore is like, oh, so we just disagree. As in to say that, they in this situation, they're on the same position. They both do not think that you should be scared to debate people. They both agree. But Jimmy Dore says, oh, now we disagree. Because Jimmy Dore wants to lie about his position. And the guy's too much of a dumb fuck to really just listen to what other people have to say.
Agree on that.
Yeah. So it's super important to talk to people.
Yeah, you should.
And the idea that we should be afraid to do it on camera is cowardly. So I'm not going to do that.
I'm not afraid to talk to them on camera. Those are your words there. It's not a good idea to put them on camera when we haven't researched them well and you're not giving pushback on the correct points.
Okay. Point taken. That's why I got you here, Rod. I wouldn't, that. And so when it's ready, come back. Let me know, and I'd love to have you back on, and we'll talk about that.
So he didn't air this interview. I wonder why. I wonder why he didn't air this interview. He was like, all right, I agree. Now, whenever your movie's done, I'll have you on. You have a good day now. And then he just didn't air the interview. Interesting, huh? Isn't that interesting? But yeah, so this guy's got a really good thread. I would definitely recommend giving him a follow, giving him some retweets. They're doing good stuff. Again, the whole point of debating people is so you can change their ideas if they're bad, and so that anyone else that stumbles upon that debate doesn't get wrapped up in this right-wing pipeline. That's the whole point of debate. That's why I debate anyone and everyone. Neo-Nazis have been on my show. Let's debate. And then I do it. And then we debate, they lose, and I win. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. It's all about the mindset going in, and it's not about being afraid. But Jimmy Dore is afraid. The reason why he made that statement is because he himself is afraid of people like me. He won't have me on a show. He'll take random Boogaloo boys with 0 followers on his show, but he won't have me? Because I'm too irrelevant in his mind? What? Well, alright. Why not debate someone like Sam Cedar, who he's been dodging for 6 years? Because he's a beta male. He is a beta bitch boy beta male. That's what Jimmy Dore is. He is a liar. He is a charlatan. And he is a moron who puts out low effort content for dumb motherfuckers. And because why? Because he knows that the dumb motherfuckers don't need to have research for them to give him super chats. They don't need to have research for them to have fucking like to give him Patreon money or PayPal donations or whatever. They don't need that. So he puts out the lowest effort content that he can because it's easy. And then he rakes in the cash. And he doesn't need to look anything up. He doesn't need to know who Kyle Rittenhouse is. Who's that? What did he do again? I don't know. I'm Jimmy Dore. I'm a dumb fuck motherfucker. What an asshole. But again, in the words of our former president,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Even Max is upset. Max, what are you barking at? Max likes to sit on the floor and stare into the mirror, and sometimes he barks at himself. It's very funny. It's very, very funny. And Max is a dog. So, anyway, that's that. Jimmy Dore has been officially dunked on. For those of you wondering about Max the dog, as you can see, Max was staring at the mirror and is now no longer doing so, but there you go. An introspective dog. Hell yeah. Jimmy's temperament really does peak and valley in a split second. That's true. Nice MMX poster. Thank you, thank you. That's Mega Man X6, actually, but, you know, close enough. Coming up next, the Holocaust happened. Really? Oh my god. He would too. He would. There's another clip at the bottom of the thread. Shit. I think I played it. Oh. Oh shit. Oh my god.
Jimmy will walk across. He usually speaks to the camera straight here.
Interviewed a guy, and the corporate left comes at me. Exactly the way they come after Glenn Greenwald,
corporate left,
Matt Taibbi, Chris.
So I've been called a corporate leftist. What does that mean, dude? I am poor. Like, I am literally poor. Like, I have never had like more than $2,000 in my bank account ever in my life, but I'm the corporate left because I disagree with him. What?
Edges. Anybody who's doing good work, that's what they'll do.
True.
So if your film is good, you will be smeared. The CIA, MI6, I got them all coming at me. They're fucking editing my Wikipedia page. They're writing.
Jimmy Dore has main character syndrome. This guy thinks the whole world revolves around him. It's bizarre.
Pieces of Newsweek and CNN.
Sorry, Mr. Dore. There you go.
Steph
You might have to come down a little bit, Jimmy.
Steph does lint control as well.
Yes, she does.
Could you imagine doing? I'm sorry, but like maybe it's because like I'm just like a regular person. But could you imagine doing like putting makeup on for an interview? I'm sorry. Maybe it's just because I'm a regular person and I'm not like a fucking stuck up my asshole. Like, you know, like, oh, look at me, I'm professional. But I cannot possibly imagine. I've never worn makeup in my life. And if you wear makeup, that's fine and that's your decision. But I'm just saying, the idea that he's just like putting on makeup right before the interview, just for the interview, I think is hilarious to me. And it shows that this guy's, you know,
knows I did an interview with a self-described libertarian boogaloo boy, and I was unbelievably surprised at the stuff he was saying. Like, for instance, here it is. Okay. Well, I was told that.
Matter of fact, I'm not the most straight man myself, so.
So that was, my jaw was on the floor when I heard that guy say that stuff, because I had the exact opposite opinion of those people. I thought they were all racists, and they were.
So he simultaneously doesn't know who the Boogaloo Boys are, but thought they were all racists?
Anti-gay, anti-Black Lives Matter for sure, I thought. But turns out he was saying the opposite, and I was called a white supremacist for just interviewing that guy. I was boosting him.
You were called a white supremacist by agreeing with him and not giving him pushback, but you know.
Just because I interviewed him, because that's what corporate Democrats like to do. And I went to the ADL, right? What the fuck does ADL stand? What does it stand for?
American Defense League? I don't know. Let me look.
Anti-discrimination League. That's what that is, right?
How did this guy not laugh? I just want to say shout outs to Rod Weber. How did you not laugh for that? Like, if I heard that, I would literally just start laughing. That's amazing.
Anti-defamation League.
Yeah, that's it. Anti-defamation League. Okay. So, Mike, make the necessary edits so I don't look like the idiot that I am. Thank you. So this is from the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. And what is the Anti-Defamation League? It's the leading anti-hate organization founded in 1913 in response. So there you go. So it's the leading anti-hate organization. And this is what, from their literature, this is what they say about the Boogaloo Boys.
I'm thank you for pointing out that last clip, because that was really funny. That was really fucking funny. My God. Ugh, what a dumb fuck motherfucker. How is everyone doing today? Someone give me an update. What did y'all eat for breakfast? What did y'all eat for breakfast? Tell me right now. Did you have breakfast yet? What did you have? Hopefully no Pop-Tarts and butter. Anybody? Granola? Granola's no good. Bacon? No good. 5 buckets of glucose? It's better than fructose, that's for sure. Cliff Bar? That's okay. I prefer Quest. I have Pop-Tarts with butter. Biscuit? No good. No good. A glazed donut, a banana, and some apple juice? No! Stop it. An apple. There we go. An egg sandwich. What kind of bread? Was it whole grain? Still just the almonds? Hell yeah. Apple and yogurt. What kind of yogurt? Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries, and then chocolate milk. Had to ruin it somehow. God damn it. Raisin bread and butter. Fuck me. Holy crap. I'm 35. Hell yeah. Sup, Andrea. It's 8:34 here. Just coffee so far. Hell yes. Banana and eggs. I don't eat bananas because of my medication. Avocado and boiled egg. I also don't eat avocado because of my medication. Boiled eggs are okay though. I did have honey in my tea. Is that bad? It's a good alternative. If you need something, that's okay. But I'm having a nice covfefe. I drink my covfefe black or with a plant-based milk. I had a pizza. Oh my God. Some roast beef, some chicken, a pizza. Oh my God. I had yogurt and a banana. What is with you people having the same thing? I only weigh 100 pounds, so I'm okay having delicious, unhealthy things. No, you're not, because you can be thin on the outside and fat on the inside. That's a genuine medical term, where you just have high liver fat accumulation, and you look fine, you look cool, but you still have a slow metabolism and potentially are pre-diabetic. So I'd have had yogurt, but I'm on a course of antibiotics due to an infection trying to stage a coup in my body. Oh no. I'm about to have covfefe. Just getting up? Hell yes. Raisin bread with butter and coffee. I'm jealous. Sugar-free since November. Hell yeah. Everything tastes better. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Jimmy Dore has some issues with the YouTube Bernie ball washing non-consensus. Is it Bernie ball washing? Bernie ball washing? Zoe. You're going to have to convert that one a little bit to some more understandable terms. Bernie ball washing consensus. What? Bernie ball washing. Sugar is crack. Agreed? People like this idiot. Which idiot? Jimmy Dore? What? Can we please play Doom? OMG, I'll sell my blood. I'm going to start doing some gaming streams again soon, so tune in for that. Do I smell a dullard? I'm not sure. I'm trying to understand. Bernie ball washing. I don't know who Matt Christman is. I've heard their name before, but I don't know who that is. I'm in Turkey. That's cool. Eggs, cucumbers, tomatoes, olives, wheat bread, honey, honey, butter, and jam, pestle. I don't know what that is. Olive oil. Okay. There you go. But started off really strong there. A lot stronger than fucking Bethany. I'm sorry. Back to doomerism. What's your thought on Myanmar? I don't know that much about it because I'm a dumb American. But from what I understand, they staged a coup over quote-unquote election tampering or whatever bullshit. Basically, they used our situation as a playbook, to my understanding. I might do a segment on it. I'm not sure. You notice that most of the YouTubers that were demonetized, all they do is tell folks to not watch other left-wing shows. Like, I know, I wouldn't say most. I wouldn't say most. Super. I've been demonetized as well. So again, I wouldn't say most. It just, those are the most vocal. These are the people that went on their show immediately and said, "Oh, the Democrats are censoring me. Joe Biden." Ah! Like, if you watch my YouTube demonetization stream from yesterday, I'm very level-headed. I'm very factual. I'm very actual. You know, I don't freak out. I tell everyone it's going to be okay. I report the news. I give updates. They're like, "Ah, the Democrats!" Ah! Right? So it's like, they're definitely the most vocal. Fanboys. Zoe Page, I'm afraid I don't know what you're doing. So you're saying Jimmy Dore is slightly problematic, but Bernie fanboys are worse? What does that mean? Like, I'm sorry, but like, can you speak in complete... Could you speak in complete sentences, maybe? Like, or complete thoughts with actual substance? OG Resident Evil 2 fan game? That sounds cool. Myanmar is an important story because the Rohingya ethnic cleansing should have been a warning sign, but nobody did anything. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm very sorry for me being an idiot, but again, some people have sent me some stuff to watch, and I have watched some of it and read some of it, but I don't necessarily feel comfortable making a segment until I know everything. And so again, if you have anything you want to send me on Myanmar or like ethnic cleansings going on, please like DM me on Discord or email me or, you know, send me a tweet of all that stuff, because I would like to know more, and I apologize for not being a good source of information on that. Gotta love the morons that believe in white genocide. I mean, I wish white genocide was real. Did I watch that video I sent? I fucking forgot. I'm so sorry. The whole YouTube demonetization thing happened, and I totally forgot. Do I have a Discord? Yes. Yes, my Discord can be found here. Love to ask you some food questions. I'm having a hard time figuring out substitutes as I'm trying to eliminate something. I'd love to help. There you go. And of course, if you want to support me, because Joe Biden personally decided to censor me, I don't know what his deal is. Joe Biden was, you know, very rude to me, and this was my response.
I get your words straight, Jack.
So I don't know what's going on with Jack, but if you want to give me some cash on Patreon or PayPal in the meantime, I would really appreciate it. You saw the Vouch vid on Myanmar already, right? I don't watch Vouch. I also, like, I'm sorry. Like, if you want to link it to me, I'll check it out. But I don't watch Vouch. I've got tons of Greenwald's right-wing past we'll send. I'm, like, I'll read it, but I'm less concerned with his past and what he says right now. Do I still eat junk from time to time, or do you eat healthy all the time? I have junk every now and then. Like, for example, I went over, I visited family in New Jersey a couple weeks ago, and I had some ice cream. I haven't had ice cream in, like, probably a couple of years before that, but I had some ice cream. You know, why not? You know, they had ice cream. Why not? I'll try a little bit. It's really, again, about what, you know, dessert. Are you going to want to have dessert every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? No. But every once in a while, you know, feel free to indulge a little bit. And it's also, like, trying to find healthy varieties of foods that I love. Like, for example, I love pasta. So instead of eating, like, enriched wheat flour pasta, I'll eat zucchini pasta or whole grain pasta or, like, a combination. You know, like, instead of eating, like, a regular fucking, like, pizza with fructose all over it, I'll eat a Quest pizza or something. I'm going to learn how to make my own pizza, too. So, I had some Wawa, though I'm not necessarily convinced that Wawa is very unhealthy. I'm sure that they've got some fructose in their materials, I'm sure. But I'm not convinced that it's that bad when you consider all the vitamins and nutrients I'm getting from the vegetables on there. Is Zoe going to respond to me, by the way? Like, I'm really, like, I can go into another segment, but I was kind of, like, waiting for Zoe to respond. Like, are they still there? Like, let me look at the participants. Where's Zoe? Zoe, it says you're still here. Come on. Something worth learning is that not every meal needs to taste fucking amazing. Exactly, Spoopy Penguin. Food, anything you put into your body should have a reason to do so. Like, for example, I put weed in my body because I want to feel good. You know, like, I put food in my body because I want to live. You know, like, that's, like, you know, figure something out, you know? Today is my indulge day. I'm bored of eating plain-ass oatmeal every day or cooking for myself. Hey, if you know, again, everyone deserves now and then to have a little bit. Quest pizza? Yeah, Quest pizzas are fucking delicious, and they're pretty good for you. I need everything to taste amazing. No, you don't, buddy. No, you don't. Label reading, eating real foods that haven't been overly processed. Hell yes, hell yes. I do want dessert for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, I mean, capitalism. This is my analogy, and I think it's pretty intelligent and highly insightful. So you know how America's got military bases in every single fucking country in the planet, right? Well, capitalism has military bases in your liver, in your heart, right? In your kidneys. They've got military bases in your brain in the form of sugar addiction. They've got military bases in your arteries. They've got military bases in the nucleus of all your cells. They've got military bases in your genetics, right? So you got to get rid of those military bases because eventually they're going to go to war, and that's called a heart attack, and that's called liver failure. Eventually, they're going to missile strike your ass, and you're going to fucking drop dead. The whole point of the American diet is to kill people before they can collect retirement pensions and Social Security. That's the whole point of the American diet. They want you to die at the ripe age of 65. If you die a little bit later, that's okay. But if you live past the age of 70, you're really starting to suck up their resources. They want to kill you before you get that old. Plain and simple. Gotta sign off. Talk to you later. All right, thank you. All right, I had some other stuff queued up, but I'll get to that tomorrow. Just chill for like another 5 to 10 minutes and go from there. Again, I want to say thank you to everyone who's given me money on PayPal and Patreon and all, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Jeff. Hashtag justice for Andrea with the letter 4. Reminder, by the way, if you give me money on PayPal, there is a friends and family option and a goods and services option. If you give me money via friends and family, I get all of it. If you give me money via goods and services, I will lose about, I don't know, like 5% or so. They take 5% out. Just throwing that out there. I'm not necessarily providing a good or service, so I like to think of everyone as my friend or family. So just saying. I try to keep glutens out, only gluten-free bread. I am not too concerned about glutens. I have not studied them that much. I don't have any sort of sensitivity to that, so I haven't needed to. Yeah, where the hell is Zoe? I waited so long. I could have done one more segment, but what the fuck? If I give you money via friends or family, do we become friends or maybe family? I mean, you know, maybe. Ooh. But, yeah, I mean, again, I do appreciate it a lot. Because, again, yesterday when I got that email, I was very concerned. And when I realized that happened to a lot of other people, I was significantly less concerned. But I'm still concerned, right? So, again, it's possible that this is a big purge. And they're just saying, fuck anyone who's a left-wing person. Fuck them. Right? That's totally possible. I would like to think of you as family, but I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Oh my God, stop.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Fuck. I think Zoe was a troll. That's the thing, is I love trolls. That's what all these trolls don't understand, is I love them. I love, like, you know, if you want to troll me on Twitter or something, it's a little bit less interesting. But if you're on my show and I'm like, you know, I'm in the zone and I'm going like, right, and you come into my chat saying some dumb shit, I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? So, there you go. Now, see, I like tying it to capitalism. That can be good in the mind. That's my thing, is I try to tie everything to a global political agenda. And again, a lot of people, you know, there's class reductionists, there's race reductionists, and then there's like, you know, policy reductionists, right? I don't know. I'm trying to think of another term. But we got to focus on our bodies. We got to focus on our health. I know, right? It's easier to go through that drive-thru and get a Chicky Sammy from Burger King that has fructose, like, literally fucking injected into the buns. I know. I get it, right? You're on your way to work. You need to eat. But think to yourself, why do you need to eat? Like, think about diabetes, right? Think about the disease of diabetes. That is a gift to the health insurance industry. That is a gift to American capitalism. You're telling me we can get people that are literally at a point where they are physically addicted to sugar and they need to have it, otherwise they will like pass out and potentially die? Really? Ka-ching! Why do you think insulin has gone up from like $5 a vial to like $80 a vial or whatever it is now? Ka-ching! They want you to become physically dependent on their medicine. And the entire food industry is based around that idea. I want all kinds of things injected into my buns, 36 SETI. I would like to friend or family to everyone in this chat. Thank you. We are all friends and family, I think. What do I think of breatharians? I don't know what that means. Raw story, C-SPAN caller. Democrats are going to keep eating the babies and cutting...
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Not good. I realized that my gain was on, so that might have been allowed. I get all my nutrition from breathing and meditation. I mean, hell yeah. Thunderfoot has a video about debunking breatharians who claim to not even... Oh, is that what that is? Okay. Hello, Matt. What's poppin'? Are you ready for the outro? Because I'm about to hit it up. You joined just in time. Gonna get some fucking beats up in this bitch. Hell yeah. Alright, very soon, though. Talk to the chat like another 5 minutes. Remember when Scotland told Subway they couldn't call their bread bread because of the high sugar content? Yep. Rheumatoid arthritis is a gift to capitalism as well, a disease that will never be cured because they make too much off of the treatments. Absolutely. We need to start splicing humans with plant cells. Just walk outside and eat with photosynthesis. Yeah, like that episode of SpongeBob. Just lay on the ground. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, right? That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, again, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I really don't know how to describe my feeling of appreciation. Again, my goal with this show and my YouTube channel is to help people become healthy. I want to help people feel like they have a family. I want to give everyone a safe space to learn and to grow because we're all damaged. The world that we live in, the goal of the world that we live in, is to damage us. That's what they do. Again, from birth, they are putting high fructose corn syrup in baby formula. Think about that. They put high fructose corn syrup in baby formula. When you give fructose to a baby every day before they're the age of 6, they will be basically addicted to sugar for the rest of their life because their brain is going to have crucial developments that are based on the abundance of sugar in their system. Therefore, they will be addicted to sugar for the rest of their life. They put fucking fructose in baby formula because they count on your dumb bitch ass not turning around the bottle and reading the ingredients. And then they count on you not knowing what fructose means. That's why. They want to fucking kill you. They want to kill your kids, and they want to kill your family. Who's they? I'm just talking about capitalism as a system of governance. They did tests and it causes brain damage. Yes, it makes them physically dependent on sugar for the rest of their lives. Like, they will be legitimately fucking, like, depressed if they do not have sugar because of what's in the baby formula. It's ridiculous. And again, when I went to New Jersey, there was a family emergency and one of my family members was in the hospital. And I was informed that they fed this person in the hospital, Ensure. 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 Oh, it's healthy. It's got protein. What? A graham cracker has protein, motherfucker. What does that mean? It has protein? I look at the bottle of this Ensure. Guess what? 14 grams of added sugar. 9 grams of protein. Now again, 14 grams of added sugar. That's not total sugars. There was like, I forget, like 30 grams of total sugars. 9 grams of protein. 14 grams of added fructose. Are you kidding me? And they give that to people in the hospital. Why? Because they get money by contracts with those companies. And they don't care if that person lives or dies. They don't care about that person's well-being and nutrition. They don't give a fuck. All they care about is sapping away their health insurance money and then throwing them out to die as soon as they become useless. So, again, the world that we live in is fucked up. And a lot of people, like, they just don't know. And that's the thing. It's like, I would love to, like, you know, work on politics that gives people, like, you know, the understanding of what food that they eat. People eat every single day, and you're killing yourself every single day. I would love to, like, let's say, ban fructose from baby formula. I'd love to do that, right? I'd love to work for that goal. But you know what I can do right now that doesn't take 5 or 10 years of political activism, which I would also love to do. But what I can do right now is I can say, if you've got a kid, or if you're going to have a kid, if you give them fructose, your kid is going to be depressed and addicted for the rest of their lives. For at least maybe like 40, 50 years, potentially like upwards of 100 years. You don't know how old your kid's going to be. They will have a disability for the rest of their lives because you were too lazy or too uninformed. And I don't want to make this all about personal responsibility. I don't. Because again, we are lied to. Our schools lie to us. Our parents lie to us. Our teachers lie to us. Commercials on TV lie to us. Nutrition labels lie to us. Books lie to us. TV lies to us, right? You know, fucking people on the radio lied to us. So we're all lied to, right? But again, we've got the internet now. We've got the ability to research these things. So there is a little bit of personal responsibility in that. If you're going to have a kid and you're going to give that kid high fructose corn syrup before they're the age of fucking like 3 months, I'm sorry. You are committing what I would refer to as child abuse. Now, I would even go as far as to say, if you give your kid candy frequently every single day, I think that's child abuse. I think giving kids juice is child abuse. I think giving kids soda is child abuse. But that's a little bit more of a difficult argument to have. But again, when it comes to giving kids below the age of 6 months fructose, that is objectively going to ruin the entirety of their life. The entirety of their life, they're going to have weight problems. They're going to be depressed. They're going to have serotonin issues. They're going to fucking want to kill themselves because of your bad decisions. So I just want to say, again, this goes to everyone. You got to be healthy. Another reason to be healthy, guess what? Check this out. When you eat certain foods, your diet affects the genes in your reproductive organs. I know, get this. There's a field of epigenetics. That is to say, genes that have certain molecules attach themselves to the genetic code that will get read by the reproductive organs, right, as regular genes. So if you eat very well, if you eat good diets, you can literally improve your genes in your offspring. Think about that. Isn't that incredible? You can literally make your kids healthier than other kids by default because you made good eating choices. That's crazy, right? And it's not about just during the pregnancy. It's about like your whole life, right? If you reproductive organs are healthy and have like healthy, you know, whatever, you can literally make your kid like a superhuman in comparison. But, you know, I'm just saying, there's a lot of shit out there. They don't want you to know that. Eating Big Macs for breakfast. Stop it, dude. Fucking stop it. It will improve your boner. It will literally improve your boner. Imagine fucking someone and saying like, oh, hell yeah, we're going to have a kid that's not going to be addicted to sugar and it's going to have a faster metabolism. Oh, that gets me horny. Now, I can't procreate, right? But if I could, that would make me horny as fuck. Right? If I could procreate and I knew someone was like super healthy, damn, bitch. Right? Like, that's what I'm saying, right? So you should get very turned on. It's going to make your boner better. I guarantee motherfucking you. Bethany Rhodes, careful with epigenetics, starts getting... I understand that. I'm just saying, I'm talking about this in the terms of dieting. Better nutrition equals better circulation, harder boners. Exactly, motherfucker. Exactly. Am I for or against fried Oreos? I'd like to try them once, but no one should have them any more than once. My usual breakfast. Stop it, random. If nutrition labels lie to us, then there's nothing we can do. I mean, there is. Like, they are within confines of acceptable lies. What do you mean by a boner, Bodan? Bodan. Oh, I'll let you look that one up, buddy. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. I love you all. I want your lives to be better. My goal in life is if you stumble across me in any fashion, I want your life to be better as a result, right? And that's what we should do for everyone. Your mindset should be, if someone says hi to me on the street, then I want their life to be better as a result. Like, you should be as positive and as beautiful as you possibly can, right? That's the goal. That's like why we're here, is to help each other. Literally, that's the whole point. So again, I just want to say thank you all for the money on PayPal and Patreon and all that stuff. Thank you for boosting me in my time of need. And I'm going to try to pay it forward in whatever ways that I possibly can. And double dip? What are we double dipping? I'm not sure. I might stream again with some video game stuff. We'll see. And if, join my Discord, all that stuff, I'll send you the link. just in case anything happens, this is where you're going to be notified. So again, thank you all for tuning in. I love you. Y'all have a good one, and have a great rest of your day.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people.
They had a very bad original concept.
Get your words straight, Jack.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. People.
They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson. They're putting their fucking personal position ahead of that. Don't fucking forget that.
Go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our town hall. Every fucking one of them is selling you out.
Dumb people, liberal people.
Good news is, for me, I'm here. The bad news for you is, I'm coming back.
But you have to go home now. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp,